13 million rand worth of drugs destined for Gauteng was allegedly found in
the Gateway Durban. Known as the Gateway to Africa, a massive, humming engine of trade and transport. But beneath the rhythm of moving containers and heavy machinery, a darker trade is fighting for space. For international drug syndicates, the Durban Port is more than a logistical hub. It is a high-stakes chessboard, and this week, the authorities made a move that sent shockwaves through the underworld. The intelligence trail the story began hundreds of kilometers away, in the bustling streets of Gauteng. In April 2026, a major drug recovery in the interior provided the first breadcrumb. Intelligence gathered during that operation suggested that the flow of narcotics was not just local, it was entering the country through a primary artery, the Port of Durban. Acting on this step, elite units, including the Durban Operational Response Services and the Serious Organized Crime Investigation Unit, began a silent, meticulous watch. They weren't just looking for containers. They were profiling specific vessels, waiting for a signal. The interception on Tuesday, May 5, 2026, the trap was sprung. The target: a shipment of buses arriving from a South American port. On the surface, it looked like a standard commercial delivery destined for Gauteng. But as officers moved in with specialized tools and sniffer dogs, the atmosphere changed. They didn't find the cargo in the luggage holes or under the seats. Instead, they stripped back the mechanical panels. Deep inside the air conditioning compartments of the buses, they found what they were looking for: 32 bricks of high-grade cocaine, vacuum-sealed and professionally hidden.
The shipment had nobody in it, and as police we are tracking where it comes from and also where it was destined. We are hopeful that the intended recipients will be uncovered and will be duly taken into account. They will explain, because the buses were going to a company. So we would like to find out if the police is whoever ordered the bus knew that the buses were coming with a consignment of drugs, or somebody in between the shipment had his own motives in using the same shipment into the country. However, as police, we keep our cards close so that we do not reveal too much when it's still too early. We just found the drugs yesterday evening, so we would like to first get done with the business, investigate, follow intelligence, check where the buses come from and where they were going. And we believe that we'll be able to uncover who are the people behind these drugs.
And just a final one. This comes, of course, at a time, Colonel Netjunda, when we are listening to evidence at the Madlanga Commission talking about a similar story of drugs that were smuggled through the port in KZN and, of course, subsequently went missing. And we listened yesterday in detail to Major General Flynn explain how processes in a specific case were actually flaunted. Are you satisfied as the police that you have followed the correct protocols in securing this bust of cocaine that we are talking about?
The drugs were secured and held every principle to the T. What's happening in the commission is also a lesson that within the service could be people with ulterior motives, and it's always safe for police to guard against external and internal challenges that might temper with evidence. What we can say for now is that the drugs recovered are safe, and they will be taken to the right channels to ensure that they become evidence when it's time to go to court, and they will be destroyed in the right way at the right time.
Well, thank you so much. And that, of course, Colonel Robert Netjunda, that's the KZN police spokesperson, confirming for us a haul of drugs that has been seized, 13 million rand worth of cocaine destined for Gauteng. And, of course, a developing story there that they've been tracking since April.
The pipeline is active and evolving. By hiding the drugs inside heavy vehicles, the cartels hope to bypass traditional container scans, a Trojan horse strategy that nearly worked. The global threat. This latest seizure highlights a growing trend of international cartels, from Brazil to Colombia, franchising their operations on South African soil. The Durban to Gauteng route is what investigators call the Golden Circuit. It is a multi-million rand corridor where the stakes are life and death. Conclusion: the manhunt. While the drugs are now in a secure evidence locker, the case is far from closed. No arrests were made at the scene, but the hunt is on. A major manhunt is currently underway to identify the recipients waiting in Johannesburg and the facilitators who cleared the way. As the fog rolls into Durban Harbour tonight, the message to the syndicates is clear. The intelligence is working. The net is tightening. And for those trying to move high-stakes cargo through these waters, the gateway to Africa is starting to feel like a cage.